Been experiencing a big internal conflict when it comes to building my online presence and also when it comes to creating content. I've been for more than 1.5 decades in personal development. I've been coaching for more than 8 years, and especially in the last 3 years, I've been focusing more on men. So I've been running men's groups, I organize men's retreats, and at the beginning of this year, I felt in my spirit that I wanted to start building my online presence because I want to attract more men that are in alignment with my philosophy of life and also my philosophy in coaching. But this is also when I started to experience that conflict because the things that I believe in, my philosophy of life, and the way also that I'm running my business, these things are not in alignment with what people are telling me that I should be doing with my content or what I should be doing when it comes to building a personal brand. And maybe you've experienced something similar before in your life where you feel that you want to go into one direction, but maybe school or family or society is telling you that you should be going into a different direction, that you should follow the rules. So now you have these two opposites that are pulling you into two different directions. And how do you navigate this? What is true? Like, how do you find your way into both of these worlds? And this is what I currently experience when it comes to building my online presence. And I also want to share this, let's say, struggle and conflict that I experience in this video with you. Because what people online are telling me to do is you should have a specific outcome, a specific problem, a specific niche. You need to have a specific process in how you're solving this problem and get them to this specific outcome. You need to have proof, all of these things. And I get that these things are important in maybe certain stages as well. But I also have seen that these things and these systems or these strategies are not applicable to every single situation. But at the same time, everybody is just regurgitating the same type of things when it comes to marketing, content, personal branding. And this is where I also don't focus on the specifics when it comes to the way that I run my business. I don't focus on the strategies and the habits and the information. I focus on the individual. I don't coach the problem, I coach the person. This is what I focus on. I also don't believe in strategies and information that this creates a transformation. Information doesn't create a transformation because if this was the case, why isn't everyone in peak shape right now? Why isn't everyone losing weight? If strategies and information was the solution to everything, because all the information is out there. Similar when you look at entrepreneurship. Alex Hormozi is putting out insane content when it comes to building a business. Why isn't everyone a successful entrepreneur? Because it is not about the information and strategies. It's all about the person that is holding that information. It's not about what you know, it's about who you are. You need to make a shift in your identity. You need to make a shift in your being. And all the strategies and information and actions and habits, it will become an automatic byproduct of the change that happens. Because you can have the most amazing strategies in the world, but if something is off in your identity and the way that you believe, the things that you believe about yourself and the world around you, if something is off internally, it doesn't matter how good the strategies are that you have. You will not create a change. This needs to be in alignment. So this is also what I focus on in my coaching. I don't focus on the specific outcomes and the specific problems. I focus on the individual. I create these internal transformations when it comes to identity, the limiting beliefs, who you are being in this world, and your experience of life. And you can already see the conflict. You need to have all the specifics. And do you see how vague it is, what I just described? So all of these things that I just described didn't fit in the mold that people are telling me that I should be using. So now I'm like, okay, how do I navigate this? Which game am I going to be playing? Because I don't want to market, honestly, to the monkey brain with you can earn this amount of money or you can have the six pack and the women and I can use all of that marketing if I want to, but this is not true for me. This is not what I believe in. And honestly, I've tried because when I started to do research and I got all this information about building the content and building the personal branding, I saw, okay, let me get the testimonials because I've never gotten testimonials from my clients before. Let me get in touch with a few clients that created incredible results and let me build some testimonials, specifically around that monkey brain type of marketing. So I had a client that tripled his income in such a short period of time. Like this was mind-blowing to me as well that he was able to create this. This wasn't even our focus, but this was a byproduct of the transformation that he went through. So when I was in that testimonial and that conversation with him, I was expecting him to say, yeah, I tripled my income and this was an amazing result that I've created. He said none of that. The things that he shared with all the questions that I asked, I feel so fulfilled in life. I feel so free and so at peace. Like the confidence that I experience in life, I've never experienced this before. I had so much struggle really enjoying life. And I'm finally in a place where I'm enjoying every single day I'm excited about waking up and attacking the day with everything that I'm building. And he was sharing these type of things, which was, of course, beautiful because this is what we're operating towards. But didn't matter what angle I approached that conversation from, he didn't share the tangible results. Because what happens when you create these internal transformations, the tangibles, they become less important. Because what we are truly after in life is not the thing, but we are after the experience that we think is on the other side of the result. That is what we're truly after. And he realized that I can cultivate that experience from within. There's nothing outside of me that can give me that experience. I can only cultivate this from within. So that's why he didn't even mention that he tripled his income. I had to tell him, like, did you remember that you tripled your income? And he said, oh yeah, I did that too. And then I thought, I can use this as a testimonial. When people see this online, like, it wouldn't resonate because I need to have the specific results. I need to have the specific number of how he created that income. And this is, again, where the conflict was. Because I can share something like that as in the experience of life that he was having. Like how he was so fulfilled, how he felt so aligned with his mission and his purpose. But these words, they are vague. They don't fit into the systems that people tell me that I should fit into to build an online presence. And that's why I've been struggling with the idea of, do I market to the monkey brain? Am I going to use all of these numbers as in, okay, this is how you create 10K a month, and this is how you get the six pack, and this is how you get the women. And at the same time, like, I understand that I will attract certain men with this, but at the same time, these are also not the type of men that I want to attract. And I have no judgment towards this thing, but I believe the world has moved into the wrong direction where things have become too individualistic and too superficial. We're so focused on the materialistic thing, and we're not focusing anymore on community. We're not focusing anymore on service, on contribution. We're not focusing anymore on depth and connection. This is what I want to see more of. So everybody is telling me kind of to market towards the monkey brain, but this is also completely out of alignment with what I believe in and what I want to see more of in this world. Because I don't believe in these, let's say, polar opposites of you have the hustle and grind side and philosophy on one side of the spectrum. And yes, there is a truth in this, but this is also empty and hollow. It's only anger, it's only pushing, and this is not how you want to be living life. These men that I talk to that are living dominantly from that space, they are lacking that fulfillment. They are lacking that connection. They are lacking that peace and freedom of life. And when I go to the other side, it's all airy-fairy and it's not grounded in reality. And the thing that I believe in is a harmony between both sides, between the, let's say, the more external creation that is happening, the ability to create these tangible results, but at the same time also having that depth and that self-awareness. I want more men that are building awesome shit, but that are not attached to this. It's not about it. It's about who you become in the process. This is what I focus on with coaching, with the identity piece. Like, it's such a cliche as in it's about who you become in the process. But at the same time, we're so attached to the external results. And the men that I attract in my life, the men that I coach, they have the harmony between both sides. So yes, they are building awesome shit, but at the same time, they have this depth to them. They have these philosophical tendencies. They want to expand their self-awareness. They want to create a deeper understanding about themselves and the world around them. They are not creating all of these things because they need to, because otherwise they're not valuable as a man or anything like that. They are creating this because of the question, what can I give? They are coming from a place of service and contribution, from a place of love. They are devoted to a mission that's bigger than them. These are the type of men that I want to attract. These are the type of men that I have around me. These are the type of leaders that I want to see in this world. But if I start to use that language, if I start to use vague marketing, again, I maybe you see the conflict as in it doesn't fit in the molds that people are giving me when it comes to this is how you build an online presence. So then I'm thinking, do I have to market to the monkey brain? Because yes, I might be attracting the wrong type of men, but at the same time, what if I don't do it? What if I don't market with the specifics to the monkey brain? What if I also don't reach the men that actually need this, that are actually in alignment with this type of content and with this type of philosophy? So now I'm in this place as in, okay, how do I navigate this? Because when I look at it as in playing a game, I don't want to be playing basketball and then I start kicking the ball. Because there are certain rules, that, of course, that are present in building an online presence. But at the same time, I don't want to dilute myself. I don't want to lie. I don't want to act out of alignment with what is true for me. And how do you find that balance and that harmony between those two worlds? Because when it comes to business advice, for example, and this was such a hard lesson for me to learn, because in the beginning of my coaching journey, I was applying all the typical business advice that you hear out there. The specific income, you need a niche, you need all of these things. And I hate it, by the way. And I was trying to make it work, but it wasn't working for me. And when I started to do the complete opposite of all of these things, that was the moment that I started to get results. I didn't have a niche. I didn't have a specific outcome. I didn't try to sell anything when it comes to my coaching. I am giving people an experience of my coaching. So this is where I am focused on building relationships. So when someone comes to me and they say, here's 10K Joy, let's start a coaching journey, we are not even going to start. No one can sign up with me in the first time we meet, even in the first weeks that we meet. I am focused on building a relationship with someone. Are you even fun to work with? Are you coachable? Are you open-minded? Are you ambitious? Are our energies matching in the first place? Like, these are things that I want to know. I want to get to know you. Who are you in this world? What is important to you? And when we have that relationship, then we might discuss a coaching agreement. So my process is also way longer when it comes to the clients that I'm serving. No one is signing up with me in 2 weeks. No one. And when I had people look at my processes, people in sales or people in marketing, they look at my process and think, this is so inefficient. Why are you wasting so much time with people? You can make it way more effective and way more efficient. And the thing that they do say is, well, this is a very ethical process, but you're wasting so much time. But this is, again, what is true for me in this moment and this season of my life. I want to build relationships with people because I'm in a relationship business. So I did the complete opposite of what people told me to do, and it was working. But now I'm in a similar crossroads when it comes to building a personal brand. Am I going to focus purely on what's true for me, but then the algorithm won't catch up? I might not even reach the man that I want to reach. Or am I going to play more of the game, as in, let me market to the monkey brain, because this is what triggers people. When there are the numbers, the finances, the lifestyle, the women, the six-pack, maybe then I will attract the right man. So this is where I honestly have no answer yet. So that's also what I want to be sharing with you in this video, as in, I want to also share some things and struggles and challenges that are true for me. I want to share more of the truth and not more as in this beautiful picture of this is what the perfect life looks like. I am navigating these things too, and I want to also see more realness in this world. So this is a struggle that I'm currently navigating. And if you got to this point of the video, by the way, I deeply appreciate you. I'm very grateful for your time, and I'm curious to hear your perspective on this. Like, what is your perspective? What came up when it comes to this whole conflict in general? And yeah, I would love to go back and forth with you in the comments. And thank you for being here. We'll see wherever this journey is going to take us, where this journey is going to take me, because I'm still figuring it out, this online presence, personal branding, content game. And yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to unfold.